Welcome back to another Millennial in Debt video. If you are new here, hit the subscription button below. Turn on the notification bell so you get every single time I upload a video. There is something about coming onto YouTube with a wig that you don't even like on camera and still deciding to film with it anyway. So bear with me, y'all. I cut the bangs a little crazy. Anyway, we're going to be talking about 12 side hustles for 2023 that are recession proof, because although we might not be in a recession yet, baby, the economy feels like it is recessing. Like it don't feel good. It don't feel good. So we're going to talk about these 12 recession proof side hustles for 2023 so that you can get your coin, get your budget ready, and really just power through whatever the economy is about to do to us, because I feel amazing things on my stomach. Okay. All right. So the first side hustle that I'm going to be talking about is bookkeeping, because there are two things that are certain, is death and taxes. And although accountants really do great jobs, you know, we cannot downplay our accountants. Bookkeeping is a really great way. On average, bookkeepers make $30,000 to $60,000 a year. You obviously do need to have some skills. It is not something that you can quickly jump into, but if that is something you are interested in doing, bookkeeping is definitely a great recession-proof option. The second recession-proof side hustle is virtual assistant, which I am currently in need of one. So if you do virtual assist, shoot your girl an email. But yes, virtual assisting, people, digital platforms, digital businesses, all of these things are growing, especially since the pandemic in 2020. So virtual assisting is still very, very, very much crucial and important to people in order to, you know, keep their businesses afloat and make that extra coin. You can find tons of virtual assistant positions open, you know, on the interwebs. Fiverr is a great place to start. Or, you know, if you've got a social following, that is a great way to start getting your name out there that you offer these services, because trust me, we need help. People need help. We need virtual assistants. The third recession-proof side hustle that you can try in 2023 is grocery store delivery. Obviously, that could be Instacart, shipped, or boxed. These are three great ways, because it's not even laziness. It's really just about convenience sometimes. And we've seen, especially since the panini, that people are definitely leaning into these services. So that is definitely a great side gig for you to make extra coin. It is going to require you to have a vehicle. So I just want to make sure that with talking about these side hustles, I really help you manage your expectations. So you're not just like, oh yeah, I can jump into this. You need some sort of vehicle to get, you know, from point A to point B. I feel like that just makes sense, but I just want to put that out there for you. On top of grocery store delivery, we also have services that are offered, right? Side gigs, and that's on TaskRabbit. You can find those on Craigslist gigs as well, for hanging up people's televisions, providing services, I don't know, to do other things in people's homes that they just cannot do. I know, putting together furniture and all those types of things. Those are things that are definitely on the line of convenience that people are willing to pay for, even in a recession, because I cannot hang a television. And after putting up these bookshelves from IKEA, this was my last furniture put together session. So absolutely, TaskRabbit, handy, like I said, Craigslist gigs, those are really great ways if you know that you are handy, or you can put together furniture, or you can hang up a TV on the wall, mount it on the wall. These are services that people are looking for all the time. Another recession-proof side hustle that you might want to consider getting into is a staffing agency. Now, I know you're gonna be like, companies are laying off people. Like, what is my good sis talking about? Here's the unfortunate truth that I'm about to share with you. Right, so staffing agencies tend to do pretty well during recessions, because yes, companies are having layoffs, but they are turning to staffing agencies to temporarily fill certain positions, or to fill positions at a lower rate, right? So obviously, instead of paying someone their $100,000 salary with all their benefits and things like that, they would turn to a staffing agency to temporarily fill that position for far less money on a contractor scale, and not have to offer benefits. So staffing agencies definitely do well during recessions. So that is something you want to do. Staffing agencies also tend to be a lot more remote, so you can be on the phone, on the computer. So that is absolutely a recession-proof side hustle that you might want to look into. Pet care is another recession-proof side hustle. We love our pets. And a recession, no recession, it don't matter. We're going to need people to take care of our pets. So that's dog walking, dog sitting, like the cleaning of, although I do give my dog a bath, it's not a pleasant thing. Convenience, right? So if you offer these services, you can sign up on things like Rover, which I'll drop in the description box below. If you know that you love animals and you have a little bit of availability or extra time and you want to make a little bit extra money with that extra time. Another side hustle that is recession proof that I do have a couple of friends that are already sticking their toe. Sound like a weird, nasty visual, that are already getting started in this particular side hustle, and that is renting out your car. You can use services like Get Around in order to rent out your car. I believe those services also give you some sort of like extra insurance in case people are like, well, what happens if they get into a car accident with my car or things like that. You do have protections, and this is a really great way if you know that you work from home or you don't really drive around or you have an extra vehicle. You can absolutely rent it out for a day, a week, a month, however long you want, and make that extra money with the car that you're not really using anyway. For my educators, I've got 3 side gigs in one, 3 side hustles in one, and that is tutoring, selling your lesson plans and unit plans, or substitute teaching. Now, substitute teaching obviously is the more difficult of those 3 side hustles because it's going to, one, require you to physically be in a space, so it's not a remote side hustle. But the second thing also is sometimes you're going to have some sort of certification or some sort of training. So if you know that like, oh, okay, I do want a side hustle in substitute teaching, it might not be like a quick side hustle you can get into, but it is something that is absolutely recession proof, as education is one of the recession proof industries. Selling your lesson plans and unit plans, y'all know I stand by this. I sell mine on Teachers Pay Teachers. You can also sell them on Etsy. And tutoring, especially with what the panini did to our education system. There are people who are struggling. There are students who are behind or not on grade level. So tutoring is definitely a great side hustle that is recession proof that you might want to try in 2023. We've got our last 3 side hustles coming up. Now, the next one is going to be delivering packages, and that is not only on Amazon Flex or through Amazon. There are a ton of other companies that you can deliver for, such as Roadie, Deliv, and GoShare. All give you the opportunities very similar to Amazon to deliver people's packages, especially if you want to start that side hustle now, because obviously 'tis the season for people to be ordering shit all the time, and go into 2023 as the side hustle for you to continue to make money, because as we saw with those Black Friday record-breaking sales, people are going to order shit. People are going to be spending, consumers are going to consume. So this is definitely a recession-proof, side hustle. Even though the recession usually means less, get into it. This is also another one that's going to require you to have a vehicle. Another recession proof that is side hustle is going to, what did you just say? Another recession proof side hustle is resume writing. If you are a career coach or you're interested in career coaching, or you have a really great knack for reading, writing, editing, that is definitely something you want to help people do, especially with all of the layoffs and things happening in the workforce. People are looking for support and assistance in order to write their resumes, to make them unique candidates, to get those job applications in, to get those interviews. So it is absolutely something that is not only recession proof, but is a really lucrative side hustle if you have the means and the skill for it. And the last recession-proof side hustle is going to be focus groups and psych studies, because no matter what is going on in the economy, the consumers, capitalism, people want to know, what are we interested in? What is the user experience? So this side hustle is absolutely still very lucrative. It is looking like around $100 to $200 once you can find really good ones. Obviously, there are ones that pay a little less, but focus groups are always going to be one of my favorite ways to make extra money. And last but not least, as a little extra bonus, because you know I love talking about cashback apps, I have the 5, and I've linked them below, the 5 cashback apps that help me make $150 to $200 a month. Some of that is in actual cash money. Some of that is in points or gift cards, but either way, bringing in the extra cha-ching, because this pending recession has been pending for quite some time, and I'm tired. I'm over it. Okay? It's done. Enough. Thank you always for sticking with me, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.